It's time for the Q&A. Thank you all very much for sending in your questions for this week's Q&A. If you guys have questions for me, description box is down below with all the details on how you can send in questions. Stephen Bradley kicks off the Q&A asking, what have you got to be a manager for Scott Steiner and Tito Ortiz tag team? Oh, it'd be amazing. We would win a bunch of tag team goals. We would be compared to as all the great tag teams such as LOD, Demolition, the Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys. We would be the greatest tag team of all time. And the only downside of it, though, is that they would make me do all the talking. But I'll say, no. I'm just the manager to help them win matches. We have to make sure Tito and Scott are talking. Because really, to be honest, who wants to pay money to see me talk? No one. No one wants to pay money to see my dumb ass talk. Now, you get Scott Steiner and his bumbling ass and Tito Ortiz and his bumbling ass talk with no reactions. That's money right there. Not me talking. I'll just be kind of there to help, like, hold a leg or something. Diamantio asks, why does the new Aquaman look like your boy Cockfist? Ha ha! Because people know that Cockfist is a beast, so you have to make the Aquaman look like a beast. I mean, that's the reason why Cockfist is getting pushed, Diamento, is because he looks like a beast. So, of course, you have to make Aquaman look like a beast. I mean, come on. Are you going to make Aquaman like how he was in the 90s with the blonde hair, the short blonde hair, and that ugly little fish shoot? Nah. People make fun of Aquaman a lot. No. You got to make Aquaman look like a beast, so make him look like Cockfist. That just makes perfect sense to me. The Shadow asks, do you think Batman vs. Superman is shoving way too many characters in one movie that's not Justice League? Yes, I do. I mean, I don't know the updates. I heard Wonder Woman. I heard Aquaman. I heard, Cyborg might be in this movie. It's like, oh my God, no. Make this movie the main focus, Batman vs. Superman, because anytime a superhero movie tries to shove in many different characters, you get movies like Spider-Man 3, an Amazing Spider-Man 2, especially if the plot doesn't really need it. I mean, there's a difference. The Avengers, that's a built-in plot. They're building the movie around these superheroes. They know these superheroes are going to be in it, and they're not going to force it because they've all had individual movies, to build up to this story why the Avengers is taking place. Unlike Batman vs. Superman, we know nothing about Wonder Woman. We know nothing about Aquaman. We know nothing about Cyborg. I mean, it would make sense if you're saying, okay, we're going to add Arrow and we're going to add The Flash because they have TV shows, so maybe we can interact with those TV shows into the movies. That's fine. But when it comes down to, trying to force a bunch of superheroes in a new, DC cinematic universe, that's going to be bad. It has me worried because I'm really excited for Batman vs. Superman. I hope it turns out well. I really, really do, because I hope this movie is just bonkers. But at this point, if they keep shoving in all these random superheroes, I'm just going to be sitting here and wondering, what the fuck is the plot going to be of this movie? The fake garbage man asks, why does everyone compare Diesel to Reigns? Kind of similar to Diesel. The only thing Reigns doesn't have that Diesel had was height, because Reigns is only like 6'5", 6'6", I think, and Diesel was 7 foot. Limited moveset type of guys, only know how to do power moves. But hey, at the end of the day, they're going to make money. So that's why they compare Diesel to Reigns, because they're both guys with limited movesets. And they kind of, have the long black hair and all that stuff. Diamond and Spoon asks, is NXT overrated? No, it has its purpose. I just say it's overhyped. I always, at least every other Q&A, I have to explain the difference between overrated and overhyped. Overrated is if you don't have the skill set to be claimed that good. Like, say, for example, certain NBA players. They're overrated. Like, when you call, let's just throw an NBA player in there, like Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. He's overrated of how people view him. Yes, Giannis Antetokounmpo has like freaking crazy ass length. He's 6'11" tall. He has all this potential, but that's the thing. It's just potential. He doesn't have all the skill sets that you would expect from a player like him. That's overrated. Overhyped is when you're hyping something so damn much that sometimes it fails to deliver, and that's what NXT is. It's overhyped. Everyone says, oh, it's the best wrestling you will see on the planet. And I say to myself, really? Have our standards gone that low that we're saying NXT is the best wrestling out there today? Because clearly, if you watch WWE Raw and you watch WWE Smackdown, some of the shit that you see on there go to NXT. I'm sorry, yes, I like that NXT is an hour long, but seriously, most of their hour are the same fucking matches with the same fucking formula. Nothing ever changes. I'm sick and tired of seeing the Lucha Dragons face the Vaudevillains. Yeah, just saying, NXT can be extremely overhyped, and especially to the point where, yeah, you know what? We get to the main roster with these superstars, and what do? Absolutely nothing. All the characters that we loved on NXT that they were building up to, it meant absolutely nothing. It's the truth. I mean, how many characters that have been portrayed their character on NXT, been brought up to the main roster, are the exact same? Maybe Bray Wyatt, but that's it. That's it. Bray Wyatt is the only one that really got to keep his gimmick from down there on NXT. So yeah, it's kind of overhyped if you ask me. You know, like honestly, you know, people are gonna ask me like, you know, what's the best wrestling out there today? To me, there's not really that good options when it comes to professional wrestling. I think the professional wrestling business is kind of weak today. I think some fans are just in super duper denial. They just can't accept oh, it sucks. That's just the bottom line. Some wrestling fans just can't accept wrestling sucks right now. They have to make up all these excuses for professional wrestling. It's like if you know someone who's an alcoholic, you have to make up excuses for that alcoholic, like, oh, he's just been doing this and that and that and that. That's what we're doing for professional wrestling. We're making excuses for it to make it sound better than it is, but right now it's not that good. Just being honest here. There's not one promotion that I love more than the other. I don't think all the promotions are star-spangled awesome and one is just super great. You know, most of professional wrestling nowadays sucks. It's truth. Largest 85 asks, what do you think of Victoria's theme song from 2003? Wait, which one was that one again? Was it that? If it's like, all the things going through my head, that's my favorite. But if you're talking about, I ain't the lady best, but woo, then no. Fuck that theme song. But if you're talking about I Lost My Mind, love that one. The one where it's the dancing, whatever theme that was, screw that shit. I ain't the lady to mess with. Go! Oh, God. I love Victoria's old things. All the things running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. Like, oh. Where are theme songs like that nowadays? Johnny Russo asks, have you seen the video Wrestling Isn't Wrestling on YouTube yet? Yes. That video was beautiful. Come on, Johnny Russo. Once I heard that video was about the game, what do you think I'm going to do? Not watch it? That was the book of God right there. That was the book of Triple H. And you know what the funny thing is? When he talked about how Triple H saw Daniel Bryan inside of him, it almost, just almost, made me more of a Daniel Bryan fan. Just almost. So yes, I saw that. Great video. If you guys haven't seen it, what are you doing? It's the book of God. You gotta watch it. Diamond Spoon, I'll get your question for the next Q&A. Let's move on to the YouTube questions now. Redwood316 asks, which brand did you like better during the Ruthless Aggression era from 2002 to 2007? Smackdown or Raw? Not even close. Smackdown. Raw was just, oh. If there's one era where I just hate Triple H, like where I despise him. You guys have, you know, a lot of you despise John Cena. I despise Triple H from late 02, from, I'll say, early 06. That's when I started to like him again. But from 02 to 06, I can't stand that Triple H. I hate watching those pay-per-views. Like, anytime I go back to watch, like, you know, pay-per-views just because I'm bored or something, and I choose like a 2003 pay-per-view, and I see the World Heavyweight title match features Triple H, I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I know how this match is going to go. Fucking Triple H. Oh, God. He made it unwatchable, and SmackDown was just so much more fun, more characters, more storylines that were interesting. Yeah, the one thing I'll give Raw was that they had a decent enough mid-card that made me forget about the Triple H BS, but it was like every other segment. It had something to do with Triple H and Evolution, and I love, you know, Evolution. Triple H is one of my favorites of all time, but around that era, I couldn't fucking stand him because he was just out there to become the best of all time, and it just annoyed me. So there we go. It's definitely SmackDown. Carson Lopez asked, would you be surprised if the WWE hired a chimpanzee as one of their writers? No. The sad thing is, I think a chimpanzee could do better than all their riders. They have bigger brains than us humans, monkeys. So I wouldn't be surprised. Jay Walker asks, what if Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, then Seth Rollins comes to cash in his contract, but then gets Superman punched by Reigns and fails his cash in? How pissed off will the IWC be? Super fucking pissed. I'd be one of them because I think Seth Rollins should be the one walking out as champion just because they built so much into his character for the last few months that it'd be so dumb if you don't have Seth Rollins be the one to walk out as champion. But I digress. When it comes down to it, they'll be pissed off. I would be pissed off just because I wouldn't be pissed off because it's like, oh, LOL, Super Reigns. Like, that's not the reason why I would be pissed off. I would just be pissed off because it's like since June, you've been setting up Seth Rollins to be your #1 heel. So you would think, at WrestleMania, the Showcase of Immortals, you would solidify him as your #1 heel by having him become champion. Because let's face it, he's not beating Randy Orton. He ain't beating Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But if you have it where he rebounds and he cashes in and against Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, whoever it may be, it helps him. It makes you dislike the guy. You can continue Randy Orton and Seth Rollins into a WWE Championship feud while trying to rebuild Roman Reigns, whether it's a babyface or heel. You know what I'm saying? But I won't be pissed off if Roman Reigns succeeds. It just shows WWE's trying to create a new star. Is it the most favorable thing for me? No, not really, because I like Cockfist. I think that he can do well as champion if they book him correctly. It's just, to me, I wouldn't sacrifice Seth Rollins cash in whatsoever. That's just me. I won't be too pissed off, but I'll just be mad that, what was the point of shoving Seth Rollins down my throat for the last year if you're not going to do shit with him? That's why I would be pissed off. Unlike most of the IWC. They will just be angry because it's like one of their favorites got squashed. The Real Ho asks, how did you become a Randy Orton fan? I just liked him, dude. His work was just so smooth to watch. It was just like, watching him was just watching a good exhibition of professional wrestling. I do like my fair share of in-ring guys. Like, if you remember a Q&A a while back, Eddie Guerrero, I said, was one of my favorites. The murderer before he murdered his family was one of my favorites. They were like two of my favorites. Kurt Angle is one of my favorites of all time. Same with Jericho. So, like, when it came down to it, like, just watching Randy Orton work, it was just like, just beautiful. And I like the Legend Killer stuff. The Legend Killer stuff was kind of cool to me because, keep in mind, I was like a 10-year-old kid and just seeing this guy beat all these guys that are considered legends. And he's just like bragging about it. I thought it was awesome. He was a cool dude to me. So I always liked Orton. The only time I didn't really like Orton was 2011 Orton because that was just painful to watch. He was just so boring. Rebecca Olsen asks, will mainstream women's wrestling ever be good again? Oh. Mainstream women's wrestling won't be good until they actually write for them well. It's just the truth. I mean, until they actually find a way to make these divas, women's wrestlers, whatever you want to call them, interesting, they'll never be good. I mean, yeah, you can have them on Total Divas all you want, but that doesn't help them as in-ring characters. That's just helping them as people in the real life. It's not helping their in-ring characters at all. It's just showing how idiotic these women can be. Just being honest here. So, no, it will be good once they write characters for them. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Like, I love a lot of divas. I think they can work really, really well in the ring. But it takes more than just, oh, let's work a fucking match to be good in mainstream. And that's just the truth. The Gochi Man asks, which one of these is most likely to happen? John Cena tapping out clean or Tito Ortiz getting a reaction? Oh, fuck. But that Gochi Man, here's the thing. You said Tito Ortiz getting a reaction. But you did not say where. Because Tito Ortiz can get a reaction in MMA. He just cannot get a reaction in pro wrestling. So Tito Ortiz getting a reaction. If you said Tito Ortiz getting a reaction in pro wrestling, then that would be a tough decision. I might have to flip a coin. But you just said Tito Ortiz getting a reaction in general. Matt Gochi asks, which Nickelodeon show did you like better, Kenan and Kel or Drake and Josh? Oh, Kenan and Kel. Fuck Drake and Josh. Seriously. Ultimate WWE apologist. Do you think Chase Bolivar would make a great manager for Bo Dallas? Sure. I don't know what he would do. I don't know what he would add to the Bo Dallas character, but I think that he would be a great manager. Greg Toomer asks, who do you think Triple H will pass the shovel to once he's retired in the ring for good? Greg! Triple H ain't passing down his shovel. Oh, apologize in the comment section down below. How dare you insinuate Triple H would pass over his shovel? Oh, that's Triple H's baby. If anything, Triple H is going to hang it from the rafters once he's done. Every arena we go to, we just fucking have like a freaking rafter, like with the shovel hanging there, just to remind us how great Triple H was. He ain't going to pass it down. Come on, Greg. Slapnuts 2000 asks, who do you hate more, Gunner or Garbage Man? Alright, Slapnuts, it's Garbage Man. Gunner, at least I say his ring name. I say it in dismay and disgruntle, but at least I say his name. Do you notice I have never, ever since his single push, has called him by his real name? I just call him Garbage Man, because he is absolutely trash. So yeah, Garbage Man I hate more. Josh Chambers, if Triple H ever has a son, then how old will he be once he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame? I would say 18 years old. He will start his career at 13. Definitely have at least 6 world titles. Probably, a couple WrestleMania main events under his belt. So yeah, definitely 18 years old. Jake Loomis asks, which movie based off a cartoon did you like the least? The Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Evolution? Oh, Jake. As much as The Last Airbender was shitty, at least The Last Airbender followed what the fuck the show was about. Dragon Ball Evolution did not follow anything that was of Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Giku. What the fuck? Way to make Goku, one of the greatest anime characters of all time, look like a bitch. Giku. Seriously. What did Dragon Ball Evolution follow from the original Dragon Ball or even Dragon Ball Z? Seriously, I'm going to go on record and saying it. GT is a better spin-off than Dragon Ball Evolution. I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution is just an insult to any DBZ, DB, and even DBGT fans out there. Anyone in the Dragon Ball community who fucking says anything good about Dragon Ball Evolution is a numbskull and you shouldn't listen to anything they say. The Last Airbender at least had respect to follow the storyline that the cartoon did. Dragon Ball Evolution did nothing of that nature. Oh yeah, there was Bulma, there was the Dragon Ball, Yamcha. No! Their characters were all wrong. Bulma was not a badass who could shoot guns. She was a pussy. Fucking... Yeah, fuck Dragon Ball Evolution. Joe Juicy asks, do you think Hollywood is going to make a Pokemon live-action movie one day? And if so, how do you think it will turn out? No. And it would turn out bad, because it would look really, really bad to see these animals beat each other up. They could try it. I just think it would turn out bad. I won't have any interest seeing it. I think Pokemon works good in a 3D cartoon style. I think it works well with that. But live action, I mean, you see these animals beat up. I mean, they have bruise marks in the fucking, TV show. Like, imagine the animals with the bruise marks. No. We don't need PETA to get all mad about something else. Mr. Juicy asks, do you think High School Musical was the start of the downfall of Disney Channel? Yeah. I would definitely say that. Definitely once High School Musical started. Because then they put the eggs in the High School Musical basket. And then they kind of like used the stars from that show to go onto the other Disney shows. Thus not creating any new stars. So yeah, I'll definitely say that. Yeah, it's funny how the Disney Channel, I kind of broke it down like it's professional wrestling. How funny is that? John Cool asks, what are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey beating a woman in 14 seconds? It's MMA. It happens. Kind of disappointed that, that was the fight. That's the thing that you're going to get out of MMA. You're just going to see disappointing fights. It was a disappointing fight. Good performance on Rousey's behalf, but just a disappointing fight overall. Good Mic Work asks, do you praise God? Of course. I talk about him almost every other video. And sometimes negative, but I still believe in him. And I believe he's going to do great things for us in the future. Final Limits asks, what if at WrestleMania, WWE had Kanye West go one-on-one with Daniel Bryan, and Kanye won under 30 seconds by just shoving Daniel Bryan with the soft tackle? And Bryan sold that shit like he got knocked out by the Big Show. Oh, WWE, how dare you job out Daniel Bryan to Kanye West? And my reaction would be, I'll just laugh at it. In all honesty, I think that would be funny. I don't see how it would help Daniel Bryan's character, but it would definitely make Kanye West the best heel in the company. And let's face it, they need heels. Nintendo Fanboy 1988 asks, what if WrestleMania Roman Reigns Cena with John Cena take on Bryan and Cesaro? Both Reigns and Cena hit their finisher at the same exact time, while also pinning Bryan and Cesaro at the same exact time, with the ref counting both hands. IWC would rage. LOL, Cena wins. LOL, Reigns wins. Like, I don't know how these people would react, Nintendo Fanboy 1998. I think it would just be a bunch of rage. You know, I don't take wrestling super duper seriously like most people to that point. You know, I like Cesaro a lot. I think he's really good. I'm not a Daniel Bryan fan, so I think that would be funny. John Cena is just whatever to me at this point. Cockpist I like, so I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see that matchup. I think it would be a good matchup. I mean, what would you expect? I mean, it's the baby faces, the two faces of the company. They're beating some dudes up at WrestleMania. Of course, they're going to have like some awesome super duper finish that the kids are going to love. I mean, it'd be great for the kids to see. Adults, I don't think they would like that so much. Especially the IWC. They would rage. Justin Side asks, what do you think when Evolution turned on Orton and Raw after he won the title the previous night? Oh, you saw it coming a mile away. It was predictable. Back then when I was a kid, I even saw that coming. Like, I knew Triple H was going to turn on Randy Orton. I mean, he won the title. Like, I was surprised Randy Orton even won the damn title. When he beat Chris Benoit, I was like, yeah, my boy Orton. I was so happy. And then afterwards, when Raw kicked off, once he saw, you know, Randy Orton's celebration, you could just tell when Triple H was talking, like, he was going to say, I'm going to turn on you. So, it was a good beatdown. I will say that. The beatdown was fucking awesome. It did a really, really good job at making Triple H into a douchebag. But then again, it reminded me of so many things why I hated Triple H back then. Ain't gonna put you over, Randy. Not yet. Wait until WrestleMania 25. Oh, wait. Not gonna put you over there. LOL, Triple H wins. Sherrod Horo asked, what if Tito Ortiz robbed the bank when the police got there? They found Tito with his arms crossed with bags of money under his arms. Would they arrest him or be like he's a nameless, harmless fuck him and walk out and not giving a fuck? The second option. They ain't gonna do shit to Tito Ortiz. They're gonna be like, hey, look, it's Tito. You're just gonna stand there and just nod, and then everyone's just gonna be like, whatever. We're moving on. And Randy Bassetti ends this Q&A with, what if WWE gave Bryan a janitor gimmick? Him and the Garbage Man become a tag team. Best heel tag team in the business. You have Daniel Bryan teaming up with Garbage Man as a janitor. Book it. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. If anything, that could make me into a Garbage Man fan. I'd be like, yeah, dude, Garbage Man, he's actually doing good as this gimmick. Hell, they might as well just change his name to Garbage Man. I don't know why they're trying to call him by this fake name that I don't even want to say. It has to be Garbage Man. That's his name. He wears a garbage suit. He's garbage in the ring. He's trash at everything he does. He's trash at his promos. So you might as well just call him Garbage Man at this point. I don't know why they try to give him this fake name. So yeah, maybe that would just be a tag team that would be really entertaining and that I would actually like. But who knows? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for sending your questions for this week's edition of the Q&A. I'll see you all next time. If you guys want to check out more from me tonight, check out the Team Heel podcast with Heel Steven and Non-Legit Wrestling and OK Fabe. We are going to be talking about a lot of things, especially since we know WrestleMania is right around the corner. Speaking of which, also WrestleMania 31 prediction podcast with Ace the Wrestling Nut. Yeah, that's right. We're going to break down WrestleMania 31 and the only way we can. So I'll see you all next time. Hope you guys enjoy your night. Peace!